You cut what? So this didn't happen to me but rather a coworker at the time. I am going to tell it the best I can. My coworker and I worked on a help desk for Tier 1 troubleshooting at a financial institution. We only took calls for internal clients and the actual stores around the country. We did internet troubleshooting, printers, phones, and DSL lines. So we always had the usual, the computer doesn't work, when it was really off. Now onto the main event. My coworker got a call from a center stating that their internet is down. He pings the router and all is good. However, he is unable to ping any of the computers. He gets them set up on the backup dial-up. The store calls him back their cell phone. He continues to work on finding the reason for the outage. After about an hour of troubleshooting, they decided to start again the next day. The next day arrives and he continues to troubleshoot the issue. Eventually, he had the store trace the wire from the router to the switch and ensure that they are plugged in properly. Connections on both ends are good. Well, that's a no-go. He is asking some questions and finally the store said the following. Store. Recently we did some renovations and there was a blue cable going across the top of the door and we cut it so they could paint the wall. You could hear my coworker's soul just break. He put them on hold and took off his headset and looked defeated. After a minute he got back on the phone and asked them why they just cut random cables. They responded that didn't think it was important. Eventually we ended up getting a technician dispatched to their location to fix the issue. Moral of the story: don't cut random cables. But I want to keep everything from the network storage, 300 terabytes, available on the desktop PC, 1 terabyte HDD. I work as a semi-SYS admin fix-it man in a small TV station. Because of the crossover of IT and broadcast engineering, we typically let the broadcast engineers have free reign over their equipment including workstations. I started noticing that all the desktop PCs were hitting 99% full on the local disk, so I went in to investigate. I found that Swedish colleague number 1, SWE number 1, had turned on Keep Offline on all of our attached network storage. The network storage is about 300 terabytes. And so Windows was diligently caching as much as it could to the local drive. Me. Why the hell are all these computers set to keep offline? SWE number 1. Well, I want to always have access to those files. Me. You realize this is a mini PC with a 1 terabyte HDD. SWE number 1. Well, how can we make it so that if the network goes down we still have access to those files? Me. You can just walk out of the building if that happens, because then the whole TV station is off air. SWE number 1 has also created shortcuts to all the attached network drives from the normal admin workstation, and then copied those shortcuts to every other computer in the building. Naturally, none of these shortcuts work because they don't have those drive letters mounted. SWE number 1 also wrote a proposal to one of our clients about automating video file transcoding and movement with the method of transfer writing as using Windows protocol. Your employee lied to you. We received a ticket Monday at 9:10. At 9:11 we responded with troubleshooting steps. When they didn't work, the user called me at 9:15. I walked her through some more and none of them worked. Since the branch she was at was a 10-minute drive, I told her that I would need to send a tech and she would be out there in just a few minutes. 9:30, 20 minutes after the ticket was put in, the user's immediate boss called me and said that her employee was down and we weren't doing anything to help her. I told her that yes we were, we did some troubleshooting and it didn't work, so I'm sending a tech out there. She is walking out the door now and should be there in the next 15 minutes. At 9:40 the branch manager calls me and says that she has a teller who hasn't been able to work for 40 minutes and she was told we aren't doing anything to help. I told her that yes we are doing something, we troubleshoot the basics, and when that didn't work I sent a tech out there who should be arriving in the next 5 minutes. Then she asked me why her employees weren't told that. I mentioned that not only was the original teller told, but so was her head teller. But she responded that they say we told them nothing. I told her they were told and we record all our calls so I can send her the recordings. I guess she thought I was lying, so I sent her the recording with the title that she was misinformed. Also, the ticket had been updated each time. The problem was fixed 3 minutes after the tech walked in the door. Turns out neither teller nor head teller knew how to turn off a computer that was frozen. Troubleshooting steps included turning the computer off via the power button. They turned off the monitor instead. When I tried to get them to unplug to get it to turn off, you guessed it, unplugged the monitor. They both said they thought that was the computer and I never mentioned unplugging the modem. That's true, I never said the word modem, I said computer. Thanks for watching and don't forget to give a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Have a good one.